and welcome to another edition of A Cup of Conversation here in the studios of BRTK in Lefkoshire. This is the final show of 2018 and I'm very happy to have three close friends of mine, in fact three colleagues here at BRTK, because we are celebrating 55 years of BRTK when the three words Barak, Barak, Barak were announced on Christmas Day in 1963. And, well, my guests have special stories to tell about their experience as workers, employers at BRT. And I'm sure you recognise their voices and faces. I have next to me Denise Phillips, Zehra Özfaik and Engin Dervishar. So, guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Jan.
Thank you for having us here.
It's such a nice thing to have warm, friendly faces that I've known for many, many years. I can't believe how the years have gone by so quickly. And Denise, you've been with us since '96.
That's right, yeah.
Zell's been working, well, unofficially from '92, but officially from '93.
'93, exactly.
So 25 years just gone.
Yes, my God.
Time flies
Time
by.
flies, definitely.
Yeah. And Engin, since '97.
'97.
Since
BRT2.
Yes, the establishment of BRT2 TV. So first of all, let's start with Denise. Now, Denise, everyone knows you as Radio Angel on our radio station, Biker National Radio, and I remember when I met you, first of all those years ago, and before I talk about my experience of meeting you, how long have you been here in Cyprus? Because you've actually been here longer than any of us.
I was here before it was the TRNC. It was when it was the Turkish Federated State in North Cyprus, and that was in 1980. I came on April Fool's Day.
What a joke.
No, it wasn't. I loved being here, obviously. And I wasn't here all that time. I left for a little while, had my children and came back. I came back permanently in '94.
Right, so let's go back to the beginning. Where are you from originally in the UK?
I'm from London originally. I was born in Paddington, actually, in North London. But as soon as I was about 18, 19, I started travelling, really. So I lived in Australia, I worked on the ships, I lived in South Africa for quite a few years. So most of my adult life has been away from the UK.
Yeah, travelling and working at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
What was your job? I mean, what took you away from the UK? Where were you?
I was a professional ice skater and I trained at Queen's Ice Dance Academy. You know, we have our own Facebook page now where we all meet up. It's like a reunion thing, and that's where obviously Torval and Dean trained there, and Robin Cousins and lots of other people. And I was doing competitions and things, so that's what I was a competitive ice skater when I left school.
Amazing. I'm not sure everyone knows that about you, but now they do.
There's no ice rinks here, so I can't prove it, can I? But I've still got my skates here in my cupboard. I've always taken them around with me.
So one day, if it freezes over somewhere...
Maybe I'll be there.
You'll be there
I'll
skating.
be skating across the car park to get into the studio. That'll be me.
What brought you to North Cyprus? I mean, you said 1980 was your first introduction. So
Yeah.
how did you get to come
There was
here?
a hotel that was looking for girls to come and work. Very respectable. It was, a nice hotel. It was actually a celebrity, and it was John Aziz. And he had an office in London, and he just put a little advert in the Evening Standard. And myself and 6 friends, we applied, and he took us on, and we didn't know anything about Cyprus. We came here with Greek drachma, and we had no idea. And there were very few other European girls here then, but we loved it. And all of the girls kept connections here, either bought a house or married a Cypriot. All 6 of us still have connections here. One of the girls I came out with is my children's godmother, and she has a house in Famagusta, so...
Amazing.
Yes.
And as you said, you went away for a while to have your children, Jack and Courtney.
That's right.
And they also grew up here, because you came back in '94.
Yeah, they were 5 and 6 when I came back.
Right.
So they went to Ikokolu in Karolanolu. There was none of the private English schools.
No.
So and we'd been living in South Africa before, so they went from an Afrikaans-speaking school into a Turkish-speaking school. And the friends that they have now are, there are a lot of Cypriot friends really, rather than in the international schools. I think the English kids tend to stick together a bit, but they have lots of Cypriot friends.
Very good. And we know that they are both in the UK at the moment, and Courtney is married and hopefully making you a grandmother in the new year.
Unbelievable, but yes.
Unbelievable. You can't be a grandmother. You're too young to be a grandmother.
But I'm so excited.
But you've always felt that Cyprus is your home.
I have, yeah, I have.
And you arrived in '94, the same year that I came to Cyprus, actually,
yes.
when I left the UK. So we sort of like have a similar...
But I think I knew your voice. I mean, I knew your sister through, she had involvement with the school here. But I always used to hear your voice on the radio, even then.
even then. And in
Very
fact,
distinctive voice.
you came to BRT one day, and I remember this very distinctly. You came to us and you wanted some music for your step class. You used to teach step aerobics, didn't you?
Well, see, because I'd been an ice skating teacher as well after I finished competitions, but there's no ice rinks here, and I wanted to work, so I thought, you know, and I went back to England to Guildford College and got my exercise to music qualification, came back, and then I needed music because there was no internet or you couldn't download. Yeah. No CD shops out here. I think it was all tapes then anyway.
Yeah.
Not many CDs around.
And whilst you were here at BRT getting music from us, you met my boss at the time, Mr. Haluk Aygun, and he offered you a spot on Gülin Fatoş's programme, Divas on the Mic. They used to have a morning programme.
Yeah.
And you used to do a bit of a fitness spot, didn't you?
I did, you know, like how to tone up your man's belly and other things like that. And I used to get on the floor and do some of the exercises while I spoke about them and everything. And that was with Gülin, actually, Diva on the Mic.
Yeah. And then you haven't looked back since, have you, really?
No, because, I mean, Haluk offered me a spot on the radio, my own radio show, which became Radio Angel. And also, we used to do Video Angel. You used to produce that for me as well. And always done the main event right from the beginning. So, yeah, just slotted right in here. And, you know, all my friends are here, still the same crowd that were here all those years ago.
It's amazing how the years go by, but, you know, I remember '96 and you coming to BRT, and that day when Haluk Aygun met you, I remember that clearly. I can you know, bring it into my mind now, how he offered you that job.
I can remember, and it's so many years ago. It's funny how some things like that just stay so clearly in your memory.
Now, moving on from Denise to Zell.
The romantic girl.
Zella is a London Turkish a bit like me. You were born in the UK,
I was born in the UK, yeah. South East Peckham.
Peckham?
Yeah.
Peckham girl.
Peckham girl, yes.
And you were born there, and then you came to Cyprus. Well, how old were you when you came to Cyprus, Zell?
14 years old.
14. And what year was that? Giving away your age now.
87.
87.
Yes.
So when you came here, you were quite young, and you went to school here, didn't you? You went to
I went to
college.
school, that's right, TMK, and then after graduating, I went to a sports shop.
Yes.
And then
what happened? Tell us how.
And then my life changed.
So how did you go from working in a sports shop to working at BRT? What was the connection there?
Haluk Aygun, our boss, our ex-boss, should I say, he comes to get some tracksuits. And he goes, your sister works with us. Fatoş Baykal is my sister, and also she's your partner with Northern Exposure, and of course North Brochure presenter. And he said, we need someone, you've got good English, you should come to BRT and become a DJ. I thought, I can't even talk. Not a DJ, you know. And
but you tried out?
Yeah, I tried out. I went in for a voice test and he said, you're perfect. He goes, you should come. And then I started.
And that was at the end of '92, wasn't it? I think October, November '92?
At the end of '92, yeah.
Yeah. And I asked you on the radio the other day when we were doing a special Christmas show that who chose the Young Sound name for your radio programme? Because it's such an iconic name. Everyone knows the Young Sound. You've been presenting it for 25 years. But who chose the Young Sound?
Haluk Aygun.
Because you had a young voice then.
I had a young voice. And I was young then as well.
We were all young then, back then. But yeah, so you've been presenting the Young Sound for many, many years.
That's right.
And in fact, you're one of the DJs who loves live transmissions, the dynamics of being live on the radio. You love it, don't you?
Definitely, I love it. I love it, especially playing the 80s, 90s, 2000s. And I also presented a programme with you as well, Step Back in Time.
Yes. And then Take Five.
And then Take Five. And then we had TV programmes. And then I had the TV programme, Places and Faces Together.
Yeah, and then you did a Clubbable programme with Aisha
Briar. Yeah, that's right. It was nice, very nice.
Yeah, you've all had a connection with TV as well. It's not the first time you are all on or in front of the camera, but it's been a long time since you've been on TV, Zell. I want to say that you were the first person that I did a double act with, because I remember that we were so busy then with requests. Remember, you used to change me on my shift.
Yeah.
And then we were so busy that you stayed on, or I stayed on and gatecashed your programme, or you stayed on with my programme.
Yeah.
And we worked so well that we decided to do a show together. And you were the first person, I think, it might have been 95, 96, that we actually did a programme together, a double act.
Yes, it was fantastic.
Yeah, we had a good time. And it was different then, wasn't it?
It was different.
We only had...
We didn't have no net or anything. It was just telephone and letters.
Yeah. I missed the letters. I never got letters, but I remember other people used to get letters sent into them back in the early 90s. But we had phone calls all the time, didn't we?
Definitely.
And so many requests.
That orange light didn't stop flashing and glowing.
2252399. Orange light, flash and glow. And but we still have that light in the studio.
Definitely.
But yeah, it's changed a lot over the years. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's now go to my good friend Engin. And again, I have a good connection with Engin because Engin, who his family owns Paradise Hotel in Çatalköy. And Engin, you were my listener first, or you were our listener first, weren't you? Before you actually started working here.
I was your listener.
You were born in the UK. You were
Mr. Telephone Line. I used to ring up there.
Telephone Man. Yes, you remember that? I remember that program as well.
With Zehra.
Really?
No, by myself. I used to do that by myself on a Thursday evening.
And you used to have live link-ups.
Yeah, we used to do live link-ups. You used to phone me saying, "I like a song, please, John," and then we became friends on the radio.
He used to be a fan of us.
Yes.
A big fan. Well, you know, if you're a fan, you become a DJ later on. But, Engin, you're also born in the UK, and you lived in where?
Wembley.
Wembley. Near the stadium, was it?
Near the stadium. No, all my high school was at Wembley High School.
Yeah.
89, I came to North Cyprus with my family.
To live for good?
To live for good.
Yeah.
97, I came to BRT, I met you.
Yeah.
But before then, I knew you. And then you said, there's a place going in BRT, BRT2. And I said, oh, I'll go for that.
Yeah.
And
we were working for directors, weren't we, for the transmission? And you trained and you...
You trained me.
I remember.
That explains it.
That
Really?
explains why he's such a good, person. But yeah, I remember Halukaigen was going, we need new staff. You know, we need a team
For the new TV
BRT
station.
to
English.
TV. And you came along, and other people came along, and you've been
With
with
the
us.
VHS cassettes.
Yeah, my God, using VHSs. That was a long, long time ago.
Long, long
Luke was
time
so
ago.
good at choosing because we all stayed. All the people that
Yeah.
he found
Yeah.
were all, you know,
Yeah.
stayed here 25 years.
Yeah, yeah.
So he was good. He was a good talent spotter.
Definitely,
if you can say
definitely.
that. But
He was very on the ball, Halukaigen, very sort of like, you know, yes, you'll be good and you'll be good. And he knew how to motivate us all. And it was a really good time back in the mid-90s.
do you remember he used to make all the guys in the office, like you, when you were in the office, you had to wear shirts and ties and things?
Yeah, but we
Very
had
good.
a colleague, remember Tony? DJ Tony.
He did a program
Bubble and
with you,
Squeak.
Bubble and
Yeah,
Squeak.
Bubble and Squeak. And Tony used to go, I don't want to wear a tie, I don't want to wear a shirt and tie. But we, for a while, very short, limited amount of time, we used to come to work.
But
And
in the end, he did.
He did, yeah.
yeah. Remember, you used to come as well in a shirt and tie. He was very, very professional like that, Halukaigen, and wanted us all to look very, you know, smart. And because at any time, we could go out for filming, because I remember he taught us, you know, come on, guys, let's make documentaries for special days. Let's go out and about filming for the 20th of July or the 15th of November. And he was really, you know, motivated for us.
Hadn't he been trained at CNN as well? He went to do a course there,
I
didn't
can't
he?
remember if he actually went himself. I know that we have in our news department, we were linked to CNN. We used to do CNN reports. And I know that a few of my colleagues from the news department went actually to Atlanta to see how CNN works.
And I think
whether
they've done
Halukaigen went, I
CNN
can't
World
remember.
Report, didn't they, a few times?
Yeah, he might have gone, because I know that Halukaigen, he was a newsreader himself years and years and years ago. So he might have had the chance to go and train at CNN. But he got us all together, and now our boss is Ulfet Korkmaz, and she keeps the team going as well, and she looks after us now. So we have to mention her as she is the current boss. She's been with us ever since Halukaigen retired, I think, in the year 2000. So she's been with us about 18, 19 years.
I know
Yeah,
Huluk
bless
does
her.
still follow us. He's on Facebook.
Yeah.
And he comments on things, so he's out there. Maybe see his program.
So Halukaigen, you know, brought us together in one way or another, because he was the first person that I met at BRT when El Adana, a co-worker at BRT, said to me, he's a close family friend, he said, John, why are you looking for a job? And this was in 94. Why don't you, you know, they're looking for DJs for the English-speaking channel, come along. And it was known as Radio 2 then, Radio 2, Radio Bayrak, the voice of the Turkish Republic. I remember those announces. And again, I met Halukaigen, he took me for a voice test and said, yeah, let's do it.
You were a biology teacher or student, weren't
I graduated in biology. Well,
And then become a
what was
DJ.
that all about? You know, I was looking for a job, and then I got here. All of us have backgrounds in different things, but I think, you know, if you have that spark, that energy, then
can
you
do
can be
it.
presenters.
And
Definitely.
our heart is at BRT. Our heart is with our job, and I think listeners and viewers understand that as well. It's a special place to work. It's an honour to be the voice of the TRNC on the airwaves or on the television, you know, shows.
And I think that, you know, even though 20 odd years have passed by since we've all began working, the relevance of BRT is still very important. I mean, let's go to you, Engin. Now, you do Vox Pop, don't you? And I remember you started that with an ex-colleague of ours who's in the UK now, Chile Bali. You both did that together. They said they wanted a new programme in English, and they said, why don't you go out and film? So
I
Vox
started
Pop,
filming.
Yeah, so you went out and about. When was that? I think it's about, has it been 10 years now? Nearly 10 years,
About
maybe.
12 years.
Yeah, 10, 12 years that you've been doing that. And first of all, with Chile, but Chile left the
UK.
She's now in the UK. And so you go out now. Tell us about the programme. I mean, do you find different guests every week? You're trying to interview, maybe going to different locations?
Different events, different locations. I try and make the programme like I try to go to international people.
Yeah.
Like top people. But if I can't find the top people, I go to the residents over here.
Yeah. Local characters, local people. And I know that this year has been a very busy year for you because you actually went, and I was following you on Facebook. I was actually on leave during the summer that you met Paris Hilton.
Hilton.
For those who don't know Engin closely, Engin has always been a fan of Paris Hilton. And we had one song on the radio, Stars Are Blind, and he used to go mad. Play that song for me, Stars Are Blind. And then all of a sudden, you heard that she was coming. Because you were following her.
Before that, what did I say to you lot?
One day,
for BRT, I will interview Paris Hilton.
And I bet we don't believe it.
And you all laugh.
Yeah. And then she'll be coming to Northern Cyprus. And then what happened? Because I remember earlier in this year, you were following on Instagram, and he actually said, where should we going? And he said,
she's coming to North Cyprus.
Cyprus. And you thought, oh my God, she's coming to Bafra. So you were following her, and then you got in contact with the hotel that she was going to be.
Yes, and they arranged for me to go there. I first had the press conference with her, as you know. I spoke to her at the press conference.
What did you ask her?
What did I ask her?
Can you remember the question?
What's the secret to your beauty?
Asking me? Oh, that was
What did she say?
And she said, it's my mother and her products.
Jeans.
Wow.
And her products. And what else did I ask her? I asked her...
has she been to all her hotels, didn't you?
Has she been to all her hotels? She said no. She's having Paris Hilton hotels now. She's building them and she's gone to some of them.
I remember that day, she arrived at Ercan via VIP, via a private jet that the hotel sent to her as she came via Turkey. And then she went straight to the hotel and then you waited for the press conference. Was she, as you expected, is she as beautiful as she seems?
Very beautiful.
Really?
Yes. She's what you see.
So you weren't
down to
disappointed?
earth. No, I wasn't disappointed.
And so you got the chance to go to the press conference and there were lots of people there, Turkish press, but you were probably one of the only people speaking English to her, weren't you?
Yeah, one of the only person who's speaking English, so I got my interview with her.
Yeah. And then
there was a photo shot.
Yeah, just 15 minutes.
15
and she looked
minutes.
at her watch, Denise, this is what Engin was saying. So they said 15 minutes of photo opportunities, but they were giving all the people who were guests at the hotel, they were going in, and Engin had to wait. But Engin luckily had the promise from her that I will let you into my, photo shoot. And so you got that special selfie.
I got that special selfie because she said, come here, and I went in there and I took the selfie.
Wow,
Yeah.
your dream has come true then.
My dream come true in the end.
So that was...
If you get to see Madonna, let me know.
Now that was something that was a dream come true for you this summer. And I know that you've been going to various different locations, filming people like different DJs, different singers. But you being interviewing Paris Hilton actually got you recognised in Turkey, didn't they? Because last week you went to Turkey, to Istanbul, for the 4th TRNC Turkey Best of the Year Awards.
And I got that.
Congratulations, Engin.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well done. They gave you a special award for your contribution to magazine, yeah?
Yes.
So that was your award. So that was nice. What was it like? Were you happy that you were recognised? Because this is the first time
Very happy.
that an English language programme...
English language programme has got an award.
Yeah.
Very honoured.
And we have to point out that Engin's Vox Pop is in English language, but it's the only English language with Turkish subtitles. I think one of our ex-directors, as they kind of requested that, you put the subtitles in so that it could be viewed by everyone, which is a good thing.
Very good thing.
Not just English, but Turkish-speaking people can watch your magazine programme as well. So I want to say congratulations, Engin.
Thank you very much.
And I hope that, 2019 brings you even better interviews. Who's next? I mean, you know, you've reached your dream. Who else now?
Who else have you got in mind?
Let's start following other famous people.
Where have you got your plaque? You should have brought it in for the television, but have you got it at home on your...
Yeah, I've got it on my stand.
Oh, lovely.
Well done, Engin.
Thank you.
Now,
That's nice.
speaking of awards, Zehra, unfortunately, we haven't had the chance to get this award yet because of a postponement of our ball. You're meant to get 25 years of BRT service award.
Yes.
Hopefully next month, in 2019, you'll get that award. So Zehra, 25 years of BRT. What does it feel like to be here 25 years?
Fantastic.
Really?
Yes,
Are you glad that you left your previous job?
I am very glad. At first I thought, well, I probably can't do it. Probably because I'm a very shy person from the family. I'm one of the shyest one.
Now, I wasn't here then. None of us were here in the studio. So who did you work with at the beginning? Who trained you? Can you remember who trained you back then?
Who trained me?
Or which DJs?
I can't remember, actually.
You can't remember?
No, I can't remember.
But you trained and then you were doing the Young Sounds. And you've seen a change.
It was either Fatosh or Gulin. I can't really remember. They just showed us and then they said, you've got 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
And that's it?
That's it, yeah.
Go into the...
I think some people don't
rota.
realise that we actually do the technical part in the studio as well.
Yeah.
They think that's a control room outside maybe and we're just talking, but we actually have to
do everything.
Yeah, learn to use the equipment, which as much as talking is the most difficult thing.
Definitely.
Or one of.
I remember training you as well.
Yeah, I remember that as well. I remember, because I was the new guy. I remember one thing. It was my very first few weeks here, and then I used to come and read, my hand was shaking, and I was supposed to be doing a health spot on, again, Divas on the Mic.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I got my, I was trained behind the mic mixer, and it was New Year's Eve. And remember the workshop, the atelier, where Alpai and all the technicians... Remember, it was right by the old studios, right by our radio station. So I was meant to be with Fatosh, and Fatosh goes to me, well, it's New Year's Eve, John, and you sit behind and do the thing. Back in a minute, I'm just going to go to Alpai, to my husband, and then to the workshop. There's a party there. She left me for 2 hours. I was there doing the DJing all by myself. I remember that. It was a laugh, though, but it was really good. And you get thrown into the deep end, don't you, Denise? You have to learn.
You have to, yeah.
By just doing it by yourself. I mean, Engin presents Top 20, although Engin has been doing a live programme with Nemi and Volkan, who we used to do a programme together. So you've seen how it is live. You just get thrown into the deep end, don't you?
You just get through to it, exactly.
Learn straight away.
I remember writing everything down and then open up the mic and say, oh my God, I can't do it. Put the mic down again and say, take a deep breath again. Yes, this is BRT2. I'm DJ Zell.
You're so different, now to them because it's like being in a club when you're in the
studio. Yes.
I know sometimes you have the lights down, the music up.
I love it, especially
sometimes
Saturday night.
Sometimes you stand up, to announce, like to get in the mood.
You should see me Saturday night, 4 to 7, when I give away the prizes. I've just put the lights off and I'm going to get my candle from at home and put it in the studio, light it up.
You are known as DJ Zell, the romantic girl.
Yeah.
And, I mean, is that what you like the most? I mean, if someone said to you, you have to do a programme, would it be just 80s music or would it be 80s slow music? I mean, you love it, don't you?
Or would it just be Madonna?
It'll be just romance.
We all know that you love Madonna as well.
Just romance.
Just romance.
What's your favourite?
Yeah.
What's your favourite song from Madonna? What would you like to play?
Love Don't Live Here Anymore.
Oh, I remember that you playing that lots of times.
And from the fast ones, Into the Groove, get everyone in the mood.
That was your Young Sound jingle, wasn't it? Do you remember the...
It dressed you up. Yes.
I remember you had the vinyl. It was a 12-inch vinyl. And, she started it off, and that's the jingle for Zell on the radio. Now, it's on the computer. I mean, we've seen that change, haven't we, as well? We used to use
CDs,
vinyls, cassettes, and...
PC.
CDs, and now it's all the computer. Do you like that, or is it...
I like that. That is what you call a DJ.
What to use, actually?
To use the equipments.
Yeah.
CDs, cassettes and everything. Oh,
so you go back and use the records again. Would you use the records?
Yes, I would.
I think I would.
Do you remember our archive, which is still there?
Yeah.
We have an archive and all the dusty records on the shelves. They must be worth a fortune now.
But that
definitely is.
I mean, that's how I used to do the main event. I used to get the list of the songs. There was none of this downloading it from YouTube. And I'd go with my little cards for the little Rolodex, dusting off these big LPs. It was amazing. It's amazing in there what they've got, the resource it is. But we don't use that anymore. We just use from the internet.
Yeah, it's all downloaded now, isn't it? So it's a bit mechanical, but still, though, I mean, you know, I suppose it's easier because it's there as a, you know, in a few seconds you've got the song in front of you. But Denise, the main event, that's one of your flagship programs as well, because I remember when you started the main event, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, when you out and about with the main event, when you had that...
this huge box thing and a microphone on it, not like one of these mini microphones now, you know, it was a big bit of equipment. And I used to go out and record people.
Yeah, because the main event was, what was that event that week?
Yes.
And you used to go out...
To the event.
I remember, you know, joining the Anglo-Turkish Association and going...
Whatever
it wasn't that
was on.
time we went to Sevitepe, we nearly fell off the mountain. With
Haluk set us up there.
In my Jeep.
For people who don't know, it's right up above Bashpinar.
Yeah.
You know, a long way up, and you had your old Jeep.
Yeah.
And I think my children were at nursery school and needed picking up, and we went up and up and up and up. And you could see cars that had fallen off either side of this ridge.
Oh my God.
It was so dangerous, wasn't it?
It was so dangerous.
But wasn't it the ATA meeting, I think? Or didn't we have one of those sort of like, you know, day trips for them?
It was.
To go to Sevitepe. And I remember some of their cars, some of the members of the ATA, their cars started overheating.
Yes.
They had to leave the car.
Really?
But we've had some good times. But the main event has changed over the years now, and I remember you used to have a slot where it was 1 p.m. on a Thursday afternoon. They used to come in live.
So after I stopped going out and doing it as an outside broadcast, I used to bring them in, 1 o'clock on a Thursday, and do it live in the studio with all the records ready and doing it all myself. No Jan the Gazzy producing the programme.
No,
it was all just me.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's none of this, well, you know, if it's pre-recorded so you can go over and do things again. It was all by the, you know...
Live,
yeah. I like that, though. I'd go back to doing that. It's just, it's easier now to pre-record and it goes onto the system and it's repeated 3 times. Obviously, it was a one-off. It was never recorded.
No.
So we had no archive of programmes from that time.
But would you do it again live, though? Would you like to bring the studio guests in?
Well, I think the programme's better for being pre-recorded, but if something happened and I didn't have a pre-record, I'd be more than happy to go in the studio and do it live.
But like you say, you know, it's probably easier to control everything, it probably puts the guests at ease as well, because they know that if they make a mistake, they can go back and correct it. Whereas live, once it's out there, it's out there. Can't change it again.
Yeah, but, Jan, apart from, sorry to cut your... apart from playing romantic music, remember our poems? We used to do a duet with the poems, honestly.
I remember, a lot of people actually loved the poem time that used to do on Take 5, because we met a few people. Alice Smith from Akova, she contacted us because of your poems, and now she's on my breakfast show with her Affirmations and Tales of Life. Also, Sue Castleton, do you remember Sue?
Yes, I remember Sue.
She came into the studio because she loved your poems, Spot. So, you know, your poems are very, very important. Do you ever read out poems anymore, Zell? You don't, do you?
No, I'm not allowed anymore.
Oh, have they stopped them?
Yeah, they've stopped them.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I'm so romantic, so they say the ones who are in the car should drive slowly and safely without causing accidents.
Want you to be more lively. I think maybe on a Saturday night, every now and then, we can give out
well, just a little, you know, quotes. All my love quotes and that.
Oh,
and but my favourite poem was Dreaming. I remember Dreaming.
Can we hear it? You said before that you...
Should we do duet with Dreaming? Hey?
Okay, you want to share Dreaming?
first and I'll end it.
I can't start first.
Do you remember it?
Well, that's his poem, actually.
I actually wrote it for Zell. Not many people know that. I don't take the credit for that. But I remember...
You wrote this
It was something that I wrote. My one and only contribution to poetry in my life. But there's one story about dreaming. Now, there's a lovely lady, a lovely listener of ours called Kathy Martin, and unfortunately, a couple of years ago, her husband, Alistair Martin, passed away. So we decided, the 3 of us, Denise, Zehra and myself, to go to the funeral, which was at the Green Heights Cemetery in Guinea. And I was invited by Marion Stewart, who was holding the humanitarian service, to make a few comments about Alistair. So there's all me, very, very, you know, serious, trying to think of things to say. But for the very first time in my life, I stood up in front of everyone who was at the funeral, and I started crying, but in such a way that I could not even take a breath. Do you remember?
I do remember, I do. And, you know, even the family were composed.
Yeah.
But you were so, you know, moved by the emotion, you started really crying. And then people turned around and they were looking at me, and I didn't realise where they were looking. I thought, oh, my goodness, they think I'm going to go up there. And I hadn't prepared anything.
Yeah.
But you were crying so much that I went up onto the stage and started. What I was going to say is, you know, we're all one family here at BRT, and Alistair was part of it. And I started, and because you were crying, I started really, really crying, and I couldn't speak.
Right, so you couldn't speak, I couldn't speak.
And I thought I saved you too, but I couldn't do as well.
So Zell come tottering up, on her high heels. I'll do one of my poems. I'll read my poem.
Right, which is dreaming.
Which is dreaming. But you couldn't do it anyway.
I couldn't do it, no. I only read the first sentence.
Okay, let's start now. Dreaming.
I feel lost in a dream. Is it true that you are no longer a part of me? You were in my life for a while. I'm grateful for that. But was I so wrong to hope for more? The skies are still blue in my picture. The grass still shines green. The mountains that divide us are the shades of brown, we know. But the fire that burns inside of me is so red, is now a yellow. I'm cold. I'm hurt and lonely. I'm dreaming.
I'm dreaming. Well done.
I'm dreaming.
Well done. You are dreaming.
Night and day I'm dreaming. Every face is yours.
Oh, sorry.
Every place was our own. I'm still in a dream. Please wake me up. I'm dying.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Well done. You got through that without crying at the end.
Very good.
What people don't realise is that, you know, there are some things in our lives that mean, you know, that touch the heart. And that dreaming that I wrote spontaneously, Zell likes it, but she used to read it out every programme because it was such a lovely poem that she thought was, you know, so true.
Fantastic.
What year did you write this?
Sorry?
What year did you write
What year was it? 93.
Probably about 96, I think, 96, 97.
In all these years, I never knew that you wrote that
It's
poem.
a secret, it's a secret.
Yeah.
No,
So,
it's out now.
Here's another Scorpio angel.
Yeah. But we all have nice memories. And Engin, I want to mention also that you're on the radio now with Top 20.
With DJ Bora.
And so you compile a list of like the top 20 songs of the week. So how does that work? I mean, who chooses the music? Is it Bora that chooses the music? Or
Bora chooses all the music. We look at different lists from all around the world, like Billboard, other radio stations.
Yeah.
And then he looks at what's good in North Cyprus because he's in the club.
Yeah.
And he chooses them. So he calls it the Bayrak International Top 20.
Which is, no, Top 20.
Top 20. I like the way he announces
Engin,
it.
when you first came to BRT, you were going to be behind the scenes. I mean, he was actually hired, as we said before, to be a director of BRT too. Did you ever think that one day you'd be in front of the cameras or behind the mic? I mean,
No.
You didn't really come to do that, did you, really?
No, it was our director, Ozer Kanna. He said to him, I want you in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And that's when it all happened.
You've got to show how handsome you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
So are you happy now?
I'm happy.
Are you enjoying filming
Excellent.
and going out? It's quite difficult, though, isn't it? To,
You meet lots of people. That's what's good about our job.
Exactly.
There are lots of people out and about. So, and you have guests coming in every week, Denise. I mean, you know, you've got quite a good network of people.
Yeah.
And when you go out, you also meet new people, and you say, well, you'll be a good, interesting person. I mean, do you have a criteria for your guests, like who you would like to interview?
Well, I mean, this is an example. I was in a restaurant, I'm not going to say what restaurant, and the owner had just opened it, and he said, oh, I could come on your main event, I'd be good. And I said, yeah, but, you know, we need to have something to talk about, not
can't just talk about the restaurant.
talk about your restaurant. We can't do that an advert for your restaurant. And he said, oh, yeah, I understand. And as he walked away, he just muttered, oh, I'm a flat earther. I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah,
it's people who believe that the Earth isn't a sphere, it's actually flat. And I nearly chased after him with my card, said, "It'd be fantastic, you know, can you come in, can we definitely talk about this?" Because I love things that are a bit unusual like that, you know. And I actually said to him, but the world is definitely round because they've got satellites now and they take pictures of it. And he said, how do you know they're not fake? Which is true. How do you know they're not fake? So he's on my list for next year.
2019.
Yeah. And I do seem to find some weird and wonderful people, which I like, because it makes it interesting. But obviously, you know, all the charities here, people that are looking after animals, you know, all the other people are all welcome as well. But I like to vary it a bit, as it's 52 a year. I like to get a bit of variety in there.
Because it's not easy to find a guest every single week, but you do it well.
Well, you do as well. And obviously we feed off each other. If you've got someone coming in for the television that you think would be good for the radio.
And the same with Engin as well. I mean, he sometimes interviews people, and then it could be like, if I do an art exhibition, he'll actually be at the exhibition filming the artist there, whereas
So
I'll
we'll
be
work
here.
together.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so it's good that we can all coordinate.
Well, it is. There shouldn't be any sort of, there's no professional rivalry or anything between us. We all work together. We're all one family. We all cover for each other. If people are off, other people do extra work, which is as it should be. And I think that's, you know, I think the viewers and listeners get that feeling when they see our programmes and hear our programmes.
So to round up, I mean, this has been an interesting interview, but do you have any plans? I mean, are you happy that you've been here since '96, Denise? Will you continue until...
I will continue. You know, I always think about ways that I could improve the programme. I mean, we haven't spoken about this, but I'd quite like in my morning show, if there were people that were around, that they came in and just did a 5 or 10 minute spot with me.
Yeah.
You know, we did it once where there was a lady doctor from England, I think last year. But I'm always thinking of ways we can make things just a little bit better or change things for an improvement.
I mean, you know, you have your angelettes, and they're all listening every morning. And I think, you know, people expect and enjoy hearing your voice and your banter, and you're very cheerful, and you call me the Gazzy when I read out the weather report and make me dress up every day.
You're going to have Gazziettes. But they say to me that when they hear my jingle come on, you know, that good morning thing, they know if they're not where they're supposed to be, they're late. Yeah. That's how I feel in the car as well when I hear it come on. I'm late.
You're still stuck in traffic on the Lefkoshire Road. And I mean, the youngsters with us Monday to Thursday between 3 and 5, and then Saturdays 4 to 7. And you've got, you know, lovely music. You've also got, you give out some presents as well, don't you?
I give out presents, every Saturday, and go round about, you know, collecting presents for our listeners and do competition.
And in fact, you meet lots of people, don't you? Because, you know, you've got new listeners coming in who want to win a present. And then they come to BRT.
They come to BRT to get the prize from me. I meet them, and they're very, it's on Christmas Day, they come to BRT.
Yeah.
And one said, I've been listening to you since 90. The year 1990, BRT, Barrack International.
And then they come in.
Yeah, because we always listen, but we don't get a chance to call up. But I entered the competition and I won the prize, and I was really, you know, surprised. Very happy.
And it's always the names from me and the songs from you.
Exactly.
And so, you know, they can leave their names with you and they can have their requested occasion. But do you enjoy it still? After 25 years of being at BRT,
I really enjoy it.
Could you do it for another 25 years?
I could.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you still get that excitement of being in live transmission and that buzz of, you know, connecting
World
with
of headphones on, they say. That's like me.
Never heard that. That is true, though, isn't it?
Yeah. That is good.
That's me.
I think you are a very popular DJ, Zell. I mean, everyone knows you. You've got a really nice communication with the listeners. They want to meet you. They want to chat with you. They think of you as a friend. And you've been like that since 92, 93.
Exactly.
I can't believe 25 years.
Yes,
you know, that plaquette that you will
I can't believe it too.
Well earned.
Yeah, well earned. And hopefully many more years on the radio.
Hopefully.
Zell.
Thank you very much.
And
congratulations.
Yeah. Yes. Hopefully we'll be getting out 25 years soon. Us guys, we're only a few years behind, Zana. But Engin, I mean, you know, you've got a new year in front of you now. You've had a really good year for Vox Pop, with, of course, the highlight being getting an award for interviewing and meeting Paris Hilton. Where do you go from there? I mean, what do you hope for this year? I mean, it's very difficult for you to find new people. You have a lot of work to do because
I want more celebrities to come to North Cyprus.
You want more celebrities. So, I mean, how are you going to do that? Are you going to be trying to, you know, maybe meet some managers and tell them to contact you?
I'll be on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Asking managers if they're coming to North Cyprus. Try to get us on the map.
Don't you? I mean, it's not easy, is it? You have to grab the cameraman whenever you get the chance, and, you know, working outside the normal hours, working weekends and nights.
Hours.
I mean, that time when you were with
Paris Hilton, 14 hours.
14 hours.
Oh my God.
The afternoon until the early morning.
Just to get one little
It was worth it.
Yeah, it was definitely worth it.
But you enjoy it, though?
Yes, excellent. I could do another 25 years.
Like this.
Good,
and, you know, as you say, lots of people out there who want to be interviewed, and you'll be, you know, keeping your eyes and ears open for famous people.
Famous people.
Well, with lots of the bigger hotels here now, and once a few people start coming, then more and more people will come. I mean, Tom Jones was here, people like that. It will be, because of so many of the larger hotels now.
Also, Willie William came. I interviewed him as well.
Yeah, Willie William was
we had
here.
Fady as well.
Also, you met Ottilia.
And
Fady. He was here for the En Modern magazine. So there's lots of, you know, names out there who we have to run around and try and catch them. So if you see Engin with his cameraman and with his Vox Pop microphone in his hand, make sure you don't run away. Engin's very, very charming and very, very fun to interview. So I'm sure that you'll have a good year this year, 2019. But, you know, once again, congratulations for your award, Engin.
Okay, thank you very much.
And I hope you get more awards as well. But is there anything you would like to say? Each of you now, you've got the chance to say something to your viewers, to your listeners. What would you like to say for 2019? What's your wish for 2019, Denise?
That people continue to tune into our Barak International radio station, that they continue to watch our television programmes, because we are the voice of Northern Cyprus. We're the only voice of Northern Cyprus that transmits in English to the world now with the World Wide Web, so it's very important. And, you know, if those people are listening or watching, maybe they can contact us and let us know where they're listening from or where they're viewing from, either via the YouTube or via our website.
And you always say, when you fill in for Fatosh when she's away and you read the local news here, the press reports translated from Turkish into English, I mean, you say that's very important because it's the only way that the locals here, or anyone around the world, can find out daily news about what's going on.
Yeah, from all our papers like Kubras, you know, all the dailies that come out, the front page is translated by the BRTK news desk from Turkish to English. Well, as Brits, not Turkish speaking, we can't get that news. You know, it's local news, but it's important little things going on, you know, what's happening, and it's our voice to the world in English, so it's important.
So hopefully more good programmes, more Radio Angels in the morning from 9 till 11, and sometimes 12 when Fatosh is not there, and you'll be waking up your angelettes.
Yes.
Number 1 is Candy Martin, number 2 is?
Yes, is Alton Hussein.
Number 3?
Jean Clark. They're vying for all the other positions.
And of course, number 4 has to be our Mama Bike National.
No, she's above everyone.
She's above everyone.
Because she's been our longest angelette. So she doesn't need a number. She's our mum.
Yeah, she's our mum. But hopefully many more angelettes. You have to have your top 10.
Yeah.
And number 10 this week we have.
It is this week, because I grant these accolades, but I can take them away as well.
Like the Queen.
Like the Queen,
Like the Queen.
The honour.
And Zell, any messages for 2019?
Yes, may our listeners carry on listening to Barak International, and love, health, happiness, and what do I say? Love and be loved always, love and respect, and let your love shine throughout the world.
I know those words off by heart because you say it every day, but they're wonderful. And once again, Zell, congratulations for 25 years.
Thank you very much.
I look forward to seeing your plaquette when you get it, when it's given to you later on.
Hopefully,
in January. But well done, and let's hope you have many more years here as well.
Thank you as well. Thank you very much.
And Engin, any message to your listeners and viewers?
First, to my listeners from Barak International, I'd like them to tune into Barak International all the time and listen to me and also everyone.
Top 20 Saturday
at 7 o'clock.
And repeated on a Sunday at 3.
And also Vox Pop at 2:30 on Sunday.
Yeah, on BRT2 TV.
On BRT2 TV, and this week is the best of Vox Pop 2018.
Fantastic. So,
nice.
Congratulations for all the success you've had
much.
so far. And I wish you the best for 2019 as well, Engin. And guys, thank you very much for joining me today on the programme.
Thank you for having us here.
55 years of BRTK, who'd have thought it? But hopefully 55 more important years of the voice of the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. We are the English voice. We are proud to be the voice in English. And many more times listening and viewing our programmes on Barak National Radio and also on BRT2 TV. So Denise, Zeta and Engin, thank you very much, and I wish you all the best for the new year.
Same to you as well.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
And with that, we've come to the end of this special edition with my good friends from BRTK on A Cup of Conversation. See you in the new year. Join us for 2019. Next time it could be you, maybe, joining me in the studios of BRTK in Lefkoşa. And until next week, go well and take care. Bye-bye.